Today, we're making meatballs. It's kind of my first time making meatballs. Made them before in a restaurant, but never at home, so kind of just winging this. Found a recipe online, kind of just bullshitted it into my own. Thinking what we have here, it's going to work out pretty good because I'm kind of awesome. First things first, however, I got a 40. For this recipe, it's pretty simple, right? You know, just spaghetti and meatballs with some red tomato sauce. We're not making the pasta, we're just using it out of a box. That'll be a whole another video when I make pasta. Same thing with the sauce. I'm gonna use sauce out of a can because I don't feel like making sauce right now. That shit takes forever. Probably have another video on that, how to make real marinara sauce. Now, when you make meatballs, put them all together, roll them up into balls, put them on a baking sheet and throw them in the oven. So whenever you're going to bake something, whether you're baking sweets or dinner or whatever you want, you preheat the oven. Because you don't want everything to get all prepped and ready to go. You're about to put it in the oven and then you realize it was not even on. I do that shit all the time. Maybe it's because I'm drunk, whatever. But I remember this time, so we're going to turn the oven on to 375. I want to put it up too high. If you put it up too high, they'll burn before they cook all the way through, and if you put it too low, they'll dry out and take forever to cook. So 375 should work pretty well. So let's turn the oven on here. So yeah, let's get into the ingredients. Okay, so first ingredient, 1 pound of ground beef. You can use more, you can use less, depends on whatever recipe you're trying to look at. In this case, I'm using 1 pound because there's only 2 of us eating. Next, 1 tablespoon of salt, half a teaspoon black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon smoked paprika, 1/4 teaspoon white pepper, half a teaspoon onion powder, half a teaspoon garlic powder, 3 garlic cloves, minced, half a yellow onion, diced, half a cup of plain breadcrumbs. You can use seasoned breadcrumbs, whatever kind of breadcrumbs. 1 ounce olive oil, 1 egg. Brown, white, whatever, it doesn't matter. Half pound of spaghetti or whatever kind of pasta, it doesn't really matter. Shit, this is like a cup and a half of tomato sauce out of a can or a jar or whatever. And at least a 140. And that's it. Now, once all of these things are in a bowl, you can use a fork or something, whatever you want to mix it up. I'm just going to get in there with my hands because I'm a dirty bitch. Get in there. This is my first time doing this at home. I don't even know if this is going to fucking work. But we're going to find out. What you want to do is you want to make sure everything's spread out evenly. You know? You don't want any breadcrumbs, too much breadcrumbs in one area or too much salt in one area. Get in there. Don't be scared, alright? When you cooking, you get dirty. Alright? We like it dirty here. Boom. Now, you can always add more stuff if you want. You know, you can have Worcestershire sauce, or you can add fucking bacon, shit. I know you fat fucks love bacon. I think this is pretty well mixed. So essentially, let me check it out. I got 1 giant fucking meatball right here. That shit looks good, don't it? Oh, fuck yeah. Alright. Boom. Giant meatball. Alright. Our meatball dough, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, man, you know? It's all over there. It's good. I don't even know how many meatballs we're going to get out of this. I'm going to say like 8, you know? But like I said, there's only 2 people that live here. My stupid dog isn't going to eat anything because she's already obese, right? Well, let me hit that again. That was refreshing. Alright. Yeah, I'm fucking. Alright, cool. So, mentioned before, you're gonna be baking these, right? I mean, you could fry them too. I mentioned that in my last video. You can fry fucking everything, but we're gonna hold off on the frying, all right, for this episode. We're just gonna bake them on a baking sheet, and that shit right here. All right, a little regular old baking sheet. Doesn't matter what kind you get. You can get a fucking cheap one. Put aluminum foil down. You can put parchment paper down. Most of you probably don't even know what the fuck that is. This is a good pan, so I'm just gonna hit it with a little. What's that shit called? Don't stick spray? That's what I'm gonna call that. Non-stick spray? Yeah, don't stick spray. I don't even know how to use this shit. Yeah, so right, just this butter flavored cooking spray. Whatever. I don't give a shit. Lightly grease your pan. Boom, that's it. That's all you need. You're gonna put too much on there. Put too much, it's gonna soak in too much flavor and it's gonna ruin the flavor of the meatballs. It's up to you how big you want to make the meatballs. You can adjust the recipe, right? Once you've made a lot of things, you start figuring out how to adjust things for what you need. Yeah, I'm kind of just figuring it out as I go along. I have like a pretty good idea on how all this works because, like I said, I've done it before, but never here and never on this small of a scale. Usually it's a much larger scale, so kind of just, like I said, we're just figuring it out as we go. All of us, you, me, your mom. So let's get these balls rolled up. Like I said, the size can vary. I'm gonna go ahead and take another sip of beer first because I love beer, Back to the balls. You can go ahead and make regular size balls here. It's about 1.5 inch spear. Yeah, let's make them that size. That's good. Alright. Now you don't want to put them too close together because that'll screw with the heat distribution in the pan and the oven. Might make it a little difficult for some of them to cook than the others. Now, like I said, you can make these whatever size you want. You can cook one giant meatball if you want, but you're gonna have to cook it on a low heat, otherwise it's not gonna cook in the center. Zara, what are you doing? The dog's over there fucking being a little crackhead because I won't give her any food. Now, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Dez. My name's not Dez, but that's what everyone calls me these days, especially in the Navy. I had a chief who was making fun of me and called me Chefboirdes, but you know what? I thought it was hilarious. So that name stuck. And you know what? I love it. This show is a lot for people who don't know how to cook at all, or have very little cooking experience, Like I said, I'm in the Navy. We know a lot of people that live off of fucking cigarettes and ramen noodles and Hot Pockets, right? I already got 8 balls. I think I'm gonna get like 10 out of this. Alright, I got 10 balls. 10 balls. That's crazy, right? Boom. There you go, you're done. You throw them in the oven for... Shit, I didn't think about that. So I do have a thermometer that I can check them with when they're in the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the oven for like 15 minutes. I should do it, I think. I don't know. I'll probably check them at 10 to make sure they're not burnt, They're pretty fat. Yeah, we'll see. I do have a thermometer. Those are very helpful to get, especially if you don't know what things are supposed to look like or when they're done cooking. So you get a thermometer, and honestly, most of the thermometers have on it what temperature everything's supposed to be at for you to be able to eat it, right? Now balled up. This dog is laying on my foot. Let me wash my hands first, because you just touched raw meat, so you're going to wash your hands thoroughly with soap, you disgusting person. Okay. Look at those. Oh, fuck me, dude. Alright, we can cut that out, right? Okay, maybe I bring the camera to you. Look at that. Look at all those balls. They look fucking beautiful, don't they? Yes, they do. Alright, let's get these balls hot, and then we'll start boiling some water for some spaghetti. Get these bad boys in the oven, you know what I'm saying? Oh, God. Oh. Now, some baking things and cooking things are like, yeah, middle rack or top rack or whatever. I don't know what the fuck that means. Just put it in there. All right. Keep an eye on it. Oh yeah. Also, we're gonna set a timer real quick for like 10 minutes. I don't know how to use this. Okay, there's a clock. Cook time. Here we go. I think that worked. We'll see. It's time to make some pasta. Well, we're not gonna make pasta. We're gonna cook some pasta that we found in a box, and some sauce that we found in a jar. Hey there. Now, like I said, we're gonna be making some pasta. Or spaghetti. Here. Now I'm gonna grab a pot, start boiling some water. Right? Sarah, what are you doing? Now I don't got any fancy measurements for you for how much water you're gonna put in here. I'm not making that much pasta, right? So I got this smaller saucepan or whatever. I don't need to use a big pot or anything. Actually, there's measurement things on here. So that's like 8 cups of water, right? We're gonna turn this shit on high because you're gonna want to boil the water first, and then you put the pasta in. So let's get this bad boy on high. If any of you ever boiled water before, it goes a lot faster when there's salt in it, and the pasta tastes better if the water's been salted beforehand. Kind of oddball that. Put like a half a tablespoon in there of salt. Alright. And then in a smaller pot, right, we're going to be putting our sauce in there. And this pre-cooked jar sauce or whatever, it cooks a lot faster. So we're going to wait till the very end to do that, right? Because this is how it's going to work. When the meatballs come out of the oven, this right here. So let's check on those bad boys and make sure they're not burnt. Woo! They're sizzling? Okay. So when they come out of the oven, we're going to put them in the sauce, and then all of that's going to go on top of the pasta, right? You want that flavor of the sauce into the balls, right? You need saucy balls. While that water is boiling, I'm going to get this sauce in this pot here. Now, whether you're a professional chef, the most inexperienced chef out there, get a fucking rubber spatula as your best friend in the kitchen. Rubber spatula. Especially these silicone ones, or these ones that are just the most heat resistant. You can fucking do everything with this thing. In this case, I'm just getting the rest of the sauce out of the bowl here. Here we go. Alright. Sauce in the pot. God, this cooking process takes so much longer when I have to tell you how to do it. I'm not going to turn the sauce on until meatballs are done. When you cook pasta, you wait for the water to boil, and then you throw it in there, and you can turn the heat down to like a medium. I don't know if that's actually the way you're supposed to cook it or whatever. Usually I just leave it on high, but I don't want y'all burning your house down or something. Don't mind me and my quality. Let's check on these balls. Ooh, they're looking good. I don't know what happened to my timer. I guess it didn't set, so yeah, we're just eyeballing it here. Alright, we got one of these thermometers here, right? See? Thermometer. Came with this little thing that tells you how hot things are supposed to be. So, ground meats. Alright, this is what we got here. So we got 160. So yeah, and we'll give it a couple more minutes. We'll check the temperature of those balls, and hopefully they'll be done, or at least not burned, or whatever. What did I say? 160? 160. Oh, sorry. There, that's 71 degrees Celsius. 71.1. Once the water boils, we're just gonna drop the pasta in. Now, this is spaghetti. Obviously, it's bigger than the pot. It's gonna be sitting there and sticking out, right? When you have a gas stove. Oh. I don't even know how to turn this off. Stop. Wait, no. Let's turn the oven off. You fucking bitch. Alright, well, I guess it's been 10 minutes, so let's check it out. The timer wasn't even counting out. Ready? Now, when you check it, you don't want to stick it all the way through. When you stick it all the way through, you're going to hit the pan. The pan's going to be hot. So you're going to want to make sure you get it like dead center in there. Oh yeah, we're still at like 110. Alright, let's give it like 8 more minutes. Apparently this thing works, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use that again. 8 minutes. We'll see on the clock. We were at like 110, 111 and a half. I'm not really sure. Water's almost boiled. Can't stress it enough. Cooking, way more fun when you're drinking. Just don't get too drunk, especially if you still got knife stuff to do, because I've almost cut my finger off multiple times doing that. Water's almost boiled. Will you get out of here? The way you want the water boiling is you want it a rolling boil, meaning the whole fucking thing is going right? You don't want just bubbles coming out of the top. So yeah, we're getting there right now. This is 2-pronged fork here, right? My best friend in the kitchen. Just kidding. The first spatula, this is my third best friend, because tongs is the second. This is third, but it's great for pasta, right? You got the water boiling, right? Go ahead and stick this right in the middle and just drop it in. They're gonna fall and go all over the place. As the lower part of the pasta gets soft, it's gonna slide in a little bit, right? Listen, you are in control of the stove. Don't be scared of the stove. Just stick your hand in there. You get burned, you get burned. Whatever, put some fucking burn cream on it and get on with your day. I mean, unless you stick your whole hand in boiling hot water and get a bunch of third-degree burns, then go to the hospital. Alright, so my little fork here, it's great for stirring up pasta. They're slowly falling in. Oh, hold on, let me turn it down. Alright, pasta's cooking. I have no idea how long spaghetti takes. I don't know. We'll say spaghetti takes like 7 minutes to cook. I'm just gonna go ahead and cook it till it's soft and then test it. I don't know if this is enough. Did I say half a pound? It'll be fine. There's at least enough for me. I don't care what I go for. Let's check these balls and make sure they're not burnt, even though I did set a timer. Woo! Yeah. You're making pasta, you're going to want to make sure you have a colander or some kind of strainer to strain the water out as soon as it's done. You don't want to overcook pasta, right? Or maybe some of you do. Some of y'all are fucking weirdos. I don't know. I prefer al dente pasta. Make sure before your pasta's done cooking, or even before you even start cooking the pasta, so you don't forget, you don't freak out once it's time to take it out, put a colander in the sink, ready for you to... Okay, some of y'all might not know what a fucking colander is, but it's just basically a bowl with fucking holes in it to drain the water out of shit like this, right? I don't actually have one, I just have a strainer, but whatever. Strainer in the sink, ready to go, strain this out. You can see when you're stirring it that some of it's still kind of stiff and not cooked. Once it gets nice and soft and really moves around the way spaghetti's supposed to, then you can realize, yeah, okay, this is pretty cooked, or it's almost all the way cooked. Then you can test it. Now, the way I always learned how to test spaghetti is you take one and you throw it against the wall. And if it sticks, that means it's cooked. I'm not doing that right now because then I have to clean up the wall. So I'm going to pull one out, throw it on the plate, and taste it. There we go, yeah, see we're getting nice and soft here. I can hear the meatballs crackling. Better hurry up, my girlfriend's probably hungry. Now if y'all ever have any questions on how to do things, I got a Facebook called Chefboirdes, right? Just the name of this show and channel and everything. You can just leave a comment, check it all the time. So if you leave a comment or something, ask for something, or if you want my information. Alright, well hold on. Meatballs are done. Alright, I don't know how to turn this off. Alright, dog, you gotta go. You gotta go before you get burned. Okay. Now, timer went off again. Let's check. See what get out of here. Let's see what temperature they're at. Oh god, okay, so they're getting kind of hot. They definitely are probably good now. Alright, let's see. We want it to be 160. Alright, get out of here before you get burned, dude. 139 and a half. Still got another 21 degrees to go. I think that's That might not be the correct math, but I don't care. Alright. Apparently these things take like 45 minutes to bake. Whatever, 20, 30 minutes, whatever. Alright, it's getting real hot and smoky in there because there's a lot of fat coming off and oil and stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the oven down to 350. It's not too hot in there. And I'm going to give it another 5 minutes and then I'll check. Oh, fuck. Got it. Now I'm changing the time on here. Alright, whatever. Cook time. There we go. 5 minutes. Woo! Alright, we'll do 5 more minutes. See how it goes. Pasta? Just about done. Let me pull one of these fucking bitches out. Shit. A little piece. Just about done. Alright. Now when you take pasta out, you strain it, get all the hot water out, and then you rinse it. Now you rinse it so it doesn't stick together, otherwise it gets really bunched up, right? So you rinse it all over, make sure you get all the hot water out because that's what's going to make it stick. And then you put it back in the pot, you put it in a bowl or whatever, and then put like a very small amount of oil into it. And stir it up and get all the oil all over the place. Because no one wants a bunch of fucking pasta stuck together, right? The meatballs are almost done. Meatballs are almost done. They need a few more minutes. Pasta's just about done. You put your sauce on. Put it on very low heat. So for me, I got it over here, my sauce. Put it on very low heat, like a 1 or 2. Okay, so I got an electric stove. Got numbers, around the fucking little dial shape, whatever. I put it on like a 1 or 2, somewhere in between there. It's very low. Get out of here! Go away! Okay, let's strain this pasta. Always turn the stove off. Now when you strain it out, you want to make sure you get as much of the water out as possible. Woo! Alright. I'm putting it back in the same pot. I don't really care. You can put it in a bowl or whatever. Alright. Add a little bit of olive oil, because I like olive oil. Literally the smallest amount, like half an ounce. Alright. Stir it up, make sure. Look at that. None of it's stuck together. It's beautiful. And then we got our sauce going up on here. Now we're getting ready to take these meatballs out. This is just going to be fire. This may seem like a long, drawn-out process, but every time I start talking, this thing decides to roll. Alright. Let's check it out. Sarah, go. Go. Go away. Go. Check this out. Okay, careful, because, there's some hot oil and shit down here, right? See what temperature we're at. 140, 150, 155, 160. We're good to go. Let's get these meatballs out of here, dude. Look at that. Can you guys see these? They're fucking beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, fuck! This is why you should always wear shoes in the kitchen, in case you spill hot grease and oil on yourself. Woo! That was a close one. Woo! I'm going to transfer these meatballs onto a plate so I can get this pan out of here. I'm put like 3 of them in my sauce here. And the rest go on a plate. Meatballs. Alright, let's try one of these bitches. Okay. Bro, that shit is dank. This shit is good as fuck. Once again, I didn't think it was gonna work, but here we are. Fucking deliciousness. You know what I'm saying? Alright, baby? Damn straight. We got the thumbs up. Let's put a plate together. Spaghetti on the plate. Ooh-wee. We go get these meatballs here. Now you could toss the pasta into the sauce, But we're not doing that because I don't feel like dirtying another pan. So we're just gonna. Ooh, ooh, ooh! You don't want to put too much sauce on there because no one likes their shit drowned in sauce, because then you get lost in the sauce. Get a little queso on it. You know what I'm saying? It is freshly grated Parmesan. All right, here we go. Because I'm fucking fancy, I'm gonna garnish it. Some green stuff. Are you okay, Zara? Not really garnish, just kind of makes it look a little better. And that's it. Your spaghetti and meatballs. Clean up after yourself. Don't burn yourself. And that's it. Looks fucking beautiful. 3 balls, some spaghetti, and some sauce. Bon appetit.